Hi everyone, welcome, welcome. Good morning and good afternoon and good night, depending where you are. Happy to be with you again today. Excuse my eyes looking in a different direction as I have a huge screen in front of me. So it may be better, it may be worse. Let's see how we go. Since we last saw you, hope you've all been getting a nice meditation in and getting a foot soak every night and starting to feel really good. Today we're going to have a foot soak, as I messaged you in WhatsApp, so you probably know. Hope you all have your foot soak bucket with salty water in it, your jug, your towel, I've got my towel here, and of course a ice pack. So let's do it now, because otherwise we'll forget later. Let's put this ice pack on our left side, where our nabi and our Swarastha are, where the liver that gets hot is. Let's put that up now.
On the right side?
Yeah, on the right side. Thanks. Gulshan. And if you don't have your bucket, you've got a few minutes, you can go and grab one. That's also fine. So I've got my warm water, salty water bucket here below me. So we can show you a slide if you have a need to see what it is we're doing. So don't worry, as we go along, we'll show you what's happening. A few things we wanted to cover off. There were some clearing techniques that you were asking that we should go through again. Of course, we're doing that foot soak now, so we'll all be reminded of the things we can do for balancing our left side and our right side. Also, we'll revise at the end. We'll revise giving a bandhan for any people we know are having difficulties, and we want to put the energy of divine towards resolving any situations. How we do that on our hands, we'll revise that at the end. So if there is some people that you need to let us know that we can all collectively give a bandhan to, even if it's yourself, that's also fine. So at the end, we'll put the names in the chat so that we can then together do that. So we won't spend too much time on that now, but we'll definitely do that at the end of the session. Some of the other things, Gulshan, I'm sure, can remind us what else we needed to cover off.
Sure.
Gulshan?
I have a list here.
We've got the list.
Yes, one was feeling vibrations on our fingertips, which we will go through when we do. Yeah. Also feeling for them on top of our head. And again, another thing that we did last time, and there was a request from someone, was about if there's a weak left side, which again, Lynn will take us through that, how to raise the Kundalini and bring it down to the right.
Yep.
And the other question was about the altars, but we'll leave that till the end, and then we can talk about that once we've gone through it. So maybe that's all then on the list for now, so we can cover that through our foot soak.
We will. That's the meditation space. So we'd foreshadowed that we wanted to see pictures of your meditation space. So you can tidy it up now. Kidding. Yeah, so we can see Gulshan's lovely meditation space there. So that's really nice. And I have a very modest one just here, but it's very important that you've got that nice space to have your meditation. So we wanted to just do some sharing and caring. We'll do that at the end. So let us not let our foot soak get too cold. If anyone has any questions before we start, you can also ask, unmute and ask, or put in the chat down the bottom there for us to address later on. So if you do think of something as we're going along, feel free. So let us now take our attention inside. We will talk about the Vishuddhi Chakra, our area of our collectivity, after we've had our foot soak, and maybe we'll see also the video excerpt of Sri Mataji's lecture as well. Let us, using our hands now, which is a major duty of our Vishuddhi Chakra, our using of the vibrations and feeling the vibrations. So let us raise our Kundalini and place ourselves into Bandhan. Up to our Sahasrara, tying the first knot. Tying 2 knots. And then tying 3 knots. And now just putting attention on your hands, just feel those vibrations increased after you've raised your Kundalini. That's the point of doing it. So it's not just a hand exercise, it's actually a function happening there. So now let us put ourselves in a bandhana, we call it, but we're making a rainbow over our subtle system with those vibrations we're feeling in our hands. So over and back 7 times, once for each of our energy centers. So remembering when we do this many times within the day, that we always have our attention on doing it. So it's not for nothing we're doing it. So now let's just take our attention inside for a minute. Just be aware of your breathing. Let's just sit back a bit. I seem to be a bit close to you all. Oh, sorry. That was bit of a comedy routine there. My chair leg went into a grid, but so I won't sit back any further. So now just take your attention to your breathing. So with our attention on our Sahasrara and the palms of our hands, let's take our buckets. And if you remember, what we do is before we put our feet into the bucket, we just make that water nicely vibrated. So we can either do 7 circles like this on the water, or as Manu also showed us last time we did with him, you can just put your hands like this over the top of the bucket and ask Sri Mataji, please bless this water, please increase the vibrational effect of this water and the salt representing the ocean. Let's put our feet into the bucket. So now let's just clear our left and right sides first. So if you recall, it's putting the right hand just down towards the earth. If you're quite low and you could touch the ground, of course you could. So it's just pointing the hand down towards Mother Earth, and the right hand is open on your lap. I'm just asking Mother Earth to please absorb any imbalance from my left side. So now the focus with your eyes is just to look towards the photograph of Sri Mataji. You're looking at the red dot, looking through the flame. So your attention then is at Sahasrara. So you're not watching that extraction of those vibrations that are going into the earth, but you're keeping your attention at Sahasrara and just letting it happen. Seeing the left hand is feeling quite nice now. Bring the right hand back up on your lap, so the right hand is open on your lap, and the left hand now will clearing the right side, so the right hand is open on your lap. That's the one you're clearing, and then the left hand does the job of funneling that any heat or imbalance from the right side into the atmosphere, into the ether element, the air. So we're asking Mother Nature, Mother Kundalini, to please absorb any heat from my rushing around, any imbalance from my right side. If my ego is feeling under pressure, then I would say that Divine Mother Kundalini, you do everything, I do nothing. Some lovely rain outside. Don't know if you can hear it through the microphone. Just keeping your attention at the Sahasrara, feeling those lovely vibrations and that nice whooshing going through this left hand into the air. There's all that heat. Well, I certainly have a lot. My ice pack is nicely cooling down that right side as well. I'm just trying to keep my focus on the meditation space beside me rather than anywhere else. So everyone can also keep reminding yourself, where's my attention? And that's starting to feel much, much nicer. So let us now, now that we've kind of brought ourselves a little closer to the present moment, it's always good to try and put the vibrational attention onto the first chakra, which supports our whole system. So let's us just giving a bandhan with our right hand at the first center, which is at the level of our knees. So we're just spinning the chakra, so to speak. And then any imbalance, anything that's stuck onto our Muladhara chakra and stopped it functioning nicely, we'll just take that out and flick it into the water. So look, if anything's confusing or you can't see, because I can understand you actually can't see what I'm doing, just unmute and say I need to see that, or put a note in the chat down the bottom there. You've got that list of functions in Zoom that you can find the chat if you've got to look at the little dot section and just say I need to see that, or what did you do just then? So I'm aware that I haven't got the camera fully on what I'm doing. So it's just with our right hand, raise up some strands of Kundalini from the base of the spine, just above the Muladhara chakra. up to the Sahasrara, just 3 times. And then we can, rubbing the hands together, holding them at the level of your heart like this, still looking towards the candle or the bindi on Sri Mataji's photograph, just asking the divine vibrations all around, our Mother Kundalini, please show me my vibrations, please show me the state of my chakras. And then keeping the attention on Sahasrara, just try and see in your hands, even if you're feeling in your body. So as we've seen in some of the talks of Sri Mataji, all the chakras are represented throughout the body, plus in the feet. So if you're not sure about the sensations in your hands, if there's any sensation somewhere else, take a note of it. But ideally, we want to get this Vishuddhi center functioning so that you can just see quite sort of succinctly what you need to work on. For me, quite interestingly, I'm feeling 2 Vishuddhis. And today, being the Vishuddhi Chakra, we wanted to focus on. It seems I'm focusing on clearing my Vishuddhi, but anyone else feeling another chakra?
I'm feeling Center Nabi, Lynn.
Center Nabi?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's clear Center Nabi. If anyone else wants to let us know. And thanks, Violetta. Violetta's feeling the left Swarastha. So we'll go from the base upwards. So let's do the left Swarastha first, Gulshan. And then we'll move up to the Center Nabi. So same thing, we try to spin the chakra and take out any pressure from that center and put it into the water, offering it to the salty water, the bucket, the foot soak bucket. So we're spinning with our right hand. So we're doing on the front, so it's clockwise. So here, if you've got your candle as well, if you've got a candle lit, do it. Otherwise, don't go running for one while you're in your bucket. But you could also hold the candle there and just do, a little bandhan, half one, so that the around that left Swadhisthana, because that's that will really clear that center if you're not able to get it to stop tingling. But you can also just hold the hand there, and we have done the mantras for all these lower chakras before, so we could do the mantras, but we won't just now. We'll try to be not so long doing the foot soak, so we can move on to other things. So you just hold pressing the fingers into the left Swadhisthana there, the hip on the left side with your right hand, and just holding that left hand. Just see if that thumb, so it's this thumb you'll be feeling, how it feels, if it's cleared. So, of course, the affirmation for this left Swadhisthana is, please give me the pure knowledge. So the understanding then is there's some impure knowledge here. So we just take it out again, just giving it a little bandhan, offering it to the water. So let's just rub your hands together and just see if that left Swadhisthana is feeling okay now. Violetta, how's that feeling?
I'm feeling right Swadhisthana.
Feeling right Swadhisthana? Let's go over to the right side. You're just placing the right Swadhisthana should have our ice pack having a bit of an effect on the right Swadhisthana as well. But then again, we'll swap hands. So you're now holding the right hand out and the left hand is now giving a bandhan to that right Swadhisthana, offering any pressure and imbalances that are affecting our pure attention. So any impurities, let's get them out. Gets heated up, this right one. So then we can just hold the hand there for a bit. So hopefully you've got a photograph of Sri Mataji, or if you can see that one on my screen, you can look towards that. Okay, so just sort of rubbing the hands together again. Let's just see what our hands are feeling. How's it now, the right Swarastha?
Yeah, it's better.
Excellent, excellent.
And one more question.
Yes.
Yeah, Gulshan Didi said like she is feeling the center Nabhi.
Yes.
But as we can only see right and left. So center means where it feels exactly.
Good question, Ashwini. If we're feeling both, that means it's the center.
Okay.
That's pretty simple. So Gulshan will be feeling both these nabis, so that signifies the center. And of course, it will now, let's move to the nabi, which is our tummy button, belly button. So I'm just putting my right hand there and having the left hand out towards the flame and the photograph. If it doesn't clear, of course you will then go and do the left and the right as well as the center. Give it a full spring cleaning. Keeping your attention, of course, on the Sahasrara. We're asking divine vibrations, please make me peaceful, generous. Great. And then just with the right hand, taking any heat from the nabi. So of course it could be heat or extreme cold, depending how your day is going, where you're living. All these things have an effect on us. Offering that into the water. Let's just see how that's feeling. How's it feeling, Gulshan?
That's nicely cleared out, Lynn. Thanks.
Yeah. How's everyone else feeling? Nabi wise? Stomach area?
Good. Actually, I was feeling the right one, but now the cleared.
Cleared. Well done. It's really good doing it collectively too. So I don't know if you've noticed when you've done your foot soaks at home. Oh, well, depends if there's been many things to clear or not. But it generally works really effectively when you do them together. So if you notice the difference.
It seems to clear out a lot quicker when we do it together.
Yeah, I feel that too. Heart, how's the heart feeling, everyone? Little fingers? Or even in your heart, how you're feeling inside. Center heart, yep.
Me too, Lynn.
Okay. I just feel to do Jai Jagadamba at this heart center. So let's do that. Jai Jagadamba, 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 Jagadamba. Two more. Jagadamba, Jagadamba. And a deep breathing also clears the center heart. So there's 12 petals of this energy center at the heart. So that's why we tend to do 12 times. But of course you could do more or less according to how you're feeling. So that's the kind of important thing, that it's how you are feeling. And us together, it's how we all are feeling. How's it feeling? Madhu? Okay. Check with our hands.
All good.
Excellent, excellent. Bhushan?
Clearly, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're up to the Vishuddhi. I was feeling both Vishuddhis. If anyone's feeling just one or the other, we can start with one or the other.
Feeling both.
Okay. So I'm going to hopefully share the slide of the Vishuddhi mantras, so we can say them together. I mean, you can just say them there on your side of the camera. They're coming. Just trying to make that all sorts of interesting things here. Be nice if I can find the actual slide with, there it is. Oops, gone too far. Here. I don't know why this, are you seeing the whole thing, or have I got it too small? Oh, I know what I can do.
It's zoomed out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Good. Oh, okay. Bear with me while I'm going to make the screen a bit smaller, I hope, so that we get them in properly. Is that better? Okay, so
left one's still a bit hard to see, Lynn. The Sri Vishnu Maya, that one's a bit hard.
oh, is it?
Yep, perfect.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
So we've got the main part of the mantra. The template is Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri, and then we're going to put in for left, center, and right the Sri Vishnu Maya, Sri Radha Krishna, or Sri Yashoda Mata, and then Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti, Sri Nimala Devi, Namo Namaha. All right, ready? Let's go from the left to the right. That way, at least we won't all get confused. So all join in if you like. So we'll have the left hand out and use the right hand to do the bandhans on the left Vishuddhi. So we're taking out all that guilty feelings, and we're going to say the mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Maya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And then just taking out all that guilt, throwing it in the bucket. A couple of times into the bucket. So we'll go to the center then. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And then we'll take out any pressure on our collectivity, on our feeling one with the universe. So we are all human beings together, and we're all now yogis together. We're on our yogi journey together. So we're all family now. So we feel the collectivity of all the others who also had their self-realization and are on their yogi journey. So anything stopping us from feeling our oneness into the bucket. And then we'll go to the left hand. So the right hand will go on our lap. And with the left hand now, we'll go to the right Vishuddhi. So this is, we want to take out any harsh speaking, anger, not witnessing things. And so let's say that mantra for the right Vishuddhi, which is Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Yashoda Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's just take any heat from the right Vishuddhi, anything stopping us from being sweet and uplifting in our talks. And let's just see how we're feeling on our hands now. I'll just stop sharing the slide for a bit. Yeah, I think they're feeling better. Mine are feeling better. How about everyone else?
Clear.
Yep. Okay, so let's just, I'll try not to take too long. Let's go up to our Agya, and let's just clear the Agya by placing our forehead in the palm and our favorite forgiving, I forgive. So just putting our heart into those words that I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. And just taking anything that's blocking our Agya into the bucket. And let's do our hands crossed, ego and superego. Take them down, cross them over, right down the left and right channel into the bucket. Let's do it again, taking away our egos, sweeping through the left and right sides. One more. Into the bucket. And just raising our Kundalini up to the Sahasrara a couple of times. The base of the spine. Just see if you can feel that Kundalini's up there nicely. And then check the two hands. Again, keeping your attention up on Sahasrara while you're feeling your hands. Wow, I think you're all wonderful. Feels really cool. How's everyone else feeling?
Very relaxed. Feel like sleeping.
That's too relaxed. So there was something I think we had to show you that we've done before. If you were feeling right in the right side, feeling things on your right hand, but not feeling so much in the left hand, or then there's a half bandhan that we do. This might have been what someone was talking about earlier, or a previous session, asking if we could revise it. It is doing the left to right. So if you just try that a few times, let's just do it 7 times left to right. That just increases that balance, brings the left side up, and sort of takes a bit of that nice sweetness from the left side and pushes down that right side when it gets a bit hot and harsh. You want to bring yourself a little more lefty. So it gets a bit squashed sometimes when we're very active, the left side. So we just want to nurture and nourish our left side a bit more. So that's why we're bringing it up and putting the right side down. I've probably done way more than 7 there, but has that increased the flow of vibrations in your hands? Just see that. Feels good to me. How's everyone else? Yep, excellent, Amy. Good. All right, let's take our ice packs out. And just if you've got your jug there, rinsing your feet with the jug and keeping your towel. I've got mine here, my foot soaked towel. I'm going to rinse my feet off and put them straight onto my towel. Just dry them a bit. And let's just move our buckets to one side so we can keep moving, raising our kundalini 1 knot, 2, 3 knots, and then the bandhan. Full attention, even though we're going a little quickly. So if anyone does have any questions, or there was something they were hoping we would have revised during the clearing session, please, please, please unmute and ask now, or you can put in the chat, as some of you already are putting things in the chat. Please carry on and use that that way as well. Otherwise, we'll move right along. No questions? No. Feel free. No, really. So might be nice if we could now watch the video of Sri Mataji's public program. We will, Gulshan's going to take us through a meditation after that. Are you happy with that, Gulshan? If we'll see the video and then do the meditation?
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay. And there was some other point I want to tell you. Anyway, it's gone. But let's have a look at that. Oh, yeah, I remembered. So the point of increasing our collectivity on the Vishuddhi, now it's gone again. Yes, it was something about collectivity. Anyway, let me find that video and it'll come back to me again. I need another foot soak, it looks like.
And then we are giving bandhan.
Yes, correct. We're going to do that at the end.
You covered all the points on the list so far, Lynn, so that's okay. Nicely done. Yeah, good.
So bear with me while I get the video up for us. Oops. coming. Okay. So sharing screen is doing different things to me today. Okay, but I have got it happening.
All the seekers of truth. It is such a pleasure to come to this old city of Bath. The Romans who lived here are so much changed today that it's impossible to locate the Romans who lived here. Life has changed in these modern times to a very, very great extent. And the ideas about life is also very much changed. As the society has evolved, we reach a point where we start thinking, what next? As if what Romans wanted, the power, we have enjoyed it now. Then they wanted to have money, possessions, we have enjoyed all that, and seen the nonsense of it. And now beyond that, we are seeking something more, something that is not known as yet. But there's a feeling that we have to search something greater, higher, something that is absolute. This special category exists today in thousands, in millions, I should say, all over the world. And this I call as the blossom time, when thousands have to become the fruits. It's a special time, very, very special time, mentioned in all the scriptures as the resurrection time, or the time of judgment, or Krita Yuga in the Indian scriptures. It's very clearly written about Krita Yuga in the Indian scriptures, that at this time, people will have connection with the divine, Sakshat. They will get their realization that they call as Atma Sakshatkar. And everything will be done, finished and completed. This is how they have explained these modern times. But on the other hand, modern time is a time of complete confusion, of complete relativity, where people really don't know what to do with themselves. The value system that was very primitive in the beginning became somewhat rigid because of too many boundaries to the movement of life, movement of mind. And then they started breaking the boundaries so much that they have lost all the shape and forms. There's so much of intermingling into those colors that we had that it's hard to recognize what was human being, what is he, and what is he going to be. The question today faces us is this: are we born on this earth to live, have our food, some insurances, and have some children, grandchildren, and then to die? It's something like animal's life, isn't it? What's so great of becoming a human being? So we understand one thing, that human beings have a capacity to do something great for the collective, for the people who are surrounding them, for the society in which they live. And this itself has given rise within us to this awakening that we have to find out a way and method by which we do things for the collective, for the rest of the world. It's very, very evident, this awareness that we cannot live alone. There has to be some sort of a connection with the whole, and that we should find out that connection by which we can really spread the goodness, the virtuousness, the bliss of peace. Now, the main thing is that when we start doing any such work or any such social work or any such helpful work for the collective, we develop some sort of an ego within ourselves. It's a very common thing. Like I was a president of one of the organization in India called President of the Blind. And when they wanted to invite the governor, see, very prominent ladies of very high-ranking families, they had a big quarrel among themselves. Who is going to sit next to the governor? I was quite amazed at them, you see. I said, because you will be facing the blind, and blind can't see a governor from another person. And what is there to fight about this, that who is going to sit next to the governor? And it was so surprising that the fight became so severe that one could not find out any solution, so I used some humor to say, all right, what we will do, we'll put a big plank on top of the head of the governor, and some can sit like sparrows on one side and some can on the other side. And only with that kind of a humor I could neutralize their ideas. Because even when they are so educated, they are well placed in life, they are very well off people, and they want to help others because they think that we must help the poor, the people who need our money or maybe our guidance, and they come out, give their time, money and all that, and they end up so stupidly about that social work. So it amounts to this, that when we try to help anyone, actually what do is to help ourselves. Because we can't bear it within ourselves, that's why we are trying to help another person. But the trouble is, the awareness of this is not there. And that's why people suffer from either the ego or some sort of a conditioning when they come closer to another society. Like any society, take it now. For example, I am now in British society, we can say, or English society. When I come here, immediately you have to adjust yourself to that society. For example, I wear this red mark. So everybody will laugh at you, make fun of you. Then you'll start wondering, what is this? And you'll just rub it off, you see? Because you'll think that something funny is happening. Like in India, if you go and if you put on lipstick in the villages, people will say, what's wrong with this lady? Why is she putting on lipstick? You see, it's not supposed to put there. So then everybody will laugh and see that this is something funny she's doing. And she will try then to adjust herself to their requirements, and that's how we get into our conditionings. So either when you are dealing with the society, you either develop your ego or you develop your superego or your conditioning. So what is the problem? Why do we develop these things? We should not. We should stand on our right. We should stand as we are. And we should see the whole world as a witness. So the problem is this, that when you deal with the society, you must know that you are the part and parcel of the whole. That everyone you see, whether he is English, Indian or Arabic, are all part and parcel of one great being called God Almighty. And when these parts are not awakened, then they think they are separate and they fight among themselves. Or they condition each other, or they challenge the ego, and like that it goes on. But once they are aware about this collectivity, that they are part and parcel of the whole, they become one. They start moving in unison. Like in helium gas experiment, they have found out that when you start reducing the temperature of helium gas, all the molecules which were fighting with the heat just cool down, and they become so collective that their movement and everything goes in the same direction, like the birds, they move according to the leader. In the same way, the movement starts. This happening has to take place within us when we talk that we have to have peace in this world, we have to have all the best things, and that people should live peacefully and happily. This is what we have to know, that human beings as they are require a transformation. Unless and until they transform to this new awareness of collectivity, they cannot adjust themselves to society, to another person. Also, you will see that you meet a friend, you say he's my friend, or you say he's my brother, or he's my sister. This my business starts coming, and you feel it's something very close relationship. But suddenly you discover that no, he's my enemy. And then you can become such enemies that you would not believe that you were ever friends, and that you will also expose the another person to such an extent that you are amazed at yourself. This happens to us because we do not know about the person with whom we are friendly, that he is also a part and parcel of the whole, and that we have to awaken that in him, that awareness, so that he realizes that we are all part and parcel of the whole. Now, within us lies the power to make us collectively conscious.
We'll leave it there. Got to a nice point there anyway. So we might just, Gulshan, if you would like to take us into a meditation to finish off before we have our short chat at the end. Okay.
So let's just raise our Kundalini with our right hand, left hand open on the lap, and just with the right hand, bring it up a couple of times to the top of your head. Keep your attention above your head just for a moment and see how you feel on top. And bring your right hand back onto your lap. For those of us that don't have access to a photo of Shri Mataji to look at, Lynn, if you have something on your laptop, if you could just place a photo of Shri Mataji, otherwise I can move out of the screen and we can leave this one. So you're just watching Shri Mataji. Hands in our lap. Let's take our attention to the Sahasrara. Above, on top of your head. That's lovely. Thank you, Lynn. But the beauty with this photo is if you have thoughts or if you can't settle down, just watch Shri Mataji's face. Just watch the bindi, because it is the bindi, the agya, that settles our thoughts and calms our thoughts down. So let's just watch Shri Mataji's bindi for a moment or two. Just slowly close your eyes. Raise your Kundalini to the top of your head with your right hand. Bring your hand back onto your lap. We just ask the mothering energy, the Kundalini, to please take charge. Mother Kundalini, and please rise. Some of us that have a strong left side, we can express our love quite easily. But when we do get very busy and rushing around, we forget that sweetness within us. And then we just have to step back a moment or two and ask the mothering energy, the Kundalini. And this is where we have to use our right side to ask the mothering energy to please take charge, manage my chakras, Mother Kundalini, and please let me feel your presence and your love on top of my head and on my hands. Just keep the attention on top of my head. If you have any thoughts coming, let them come, let them go. You can always watch Mataji's photograph. The moment you become aware of a thought, just open your eyes, watch her photograph, settle yourself, disengage from the thought, and you can close your eyes back again and take your attention to the top of the head. Just slowly open our eyes and watch Mataji's photograph on our screen. And we just place our hands on our heart and just bow down with your love and gratitude, thanking the mothering energy and thanking Mataji for giving us access to the vibrations and to her love. So just bow down to say quiet thank you from our heart. We did keep this meditation a little bit short because I'm aware we're slightly over time. So let's just finish up by raising our Kundalini 3 times. And then we will place on the bandhan as well. And just place on the bandhan. And just bring your hands up to the level of your heart. And while watching Mataji's picture on your screen, just say, Mataji, please show me the state of my chakras. Please show me my vibrations on my hands. Having done the clearing, having done a very short meditation, yes, it was a bit short, Just see how you feel. And this is how you can judge where you are, and just to feel that the chakras, the catches have, the tingling sensations have dissipated, and you can feel, if you can feel a little bit of cool on your hand, on the palms of your hands and on top of your head. And that's a beautiful state to be in, where we have collectively cleared out. And talking about the Vishuddhi, I just wanted to mention about the strength of being part of a collective situation, where if you can and you have access to collective areas in your wherever you live, maybe good idea to make some contact and see if you can go and see them, or if there are any intermediate programs, try and visit those. Because, for instance, we just did a Zoom collective foot soak and you clear out beautifully. But when you do, and if you can, I understand, Madhu, you're far away, but for some of us, if we can meet up with a few yogis to meditate together or clear out together in person, the experience is even stronger, because it is in this collectivity that we grow, and there is strength in this collectivity, and there is also this strength of love present in this collectivity when we come together. And on a level of your vibrations, for instance, when you meet with people, you may notice that what happens is it's rather beautiful, and it just happens effortlessly by itself, where you don't have to do anything. But when you do come together with people, such yogis who have been meditating together, often if there's a weakness in your particular chakra, somebody in the collectivity will have a strength in that chakra, and that just, we balance each other out. And for instance, if a friend of yours has a weakness in the center heart, somebody who has a strength in the center heart, they work, the kundalinis work it out, where they balance each other out. So after you've spent about half an hour just meditating or doing something together, you notice you feel so much better, and your heart really expands with love. That's the strength, and that's the beauty of collectivity. So we strongly encourage everyone to, if you can, try and make contact, or we'll try and help you with the areas to reach out to yogis, and the people very happy and ready to help you. But in the interim period, what you can do is with your hands, there's a lovely little excerpt, and I will ask Lynn to pass it on to us, share it on our chat. But Shrimataji talked about using oil, almond oil or olive oil, which you could, again, as we did for our foot soak water, you could place your hand on the water and vibrate it, or sometimes I just place it at my meditation space so that it's vibrated. And then you massage your fingers and your hands with that oil, and that's really nice because it soothes down and helps remove sometimes you can just press it away, for instance, with your finger on your thumb or your Vishuddhi chakras, just press it out, and then you can release the negative energy from the hands as well. So that's something we could do one day on a practical session. I am aware that we've gone way over time, so Lynn, I shall pass the baton on to you. If anyone has any questions, please fire away.
That was lovely, Gulshan. Thank you so much. It's really nice.
It's short, but yeah,
really nice. Yeah, I've recalled what I was thinking about regarding collective, particularly for you, Madhu. You're so far away from where there's any other collectives. One thing to do is create your own collective. I'll just leave that thought with you. But, you can call us, you can call the other Malaysian yogis who are quite away from you, but they can have a nice trip and come and do a program, just like Srimataji's talk. She was doing that program in the south of England, and find some more yogis like yourselves and grow your collective in your area. So that's just an idea for the future, something to think about. And, we'd all love to go for a trip and go and have a Malaysia trip or a South Africa trip or
Sounds very nice.
Keep that in mind. We were going to ask you to show us your meditation space, and you could, if you didn't want to put the camera on it next week, we'll do that next week, you could send your mentor a photograph, so and then we'll compile them all together and show them on the program next week. But otherwise, just turn your camera onto your meditation space next Monday. So next Monday we've got our resident Tasmanian artist again. We've managed to get Philip to do the Agya session, so that's going to be great. So don't miss out on that one as well. And then we've got a few other wonderful guest presenters coming up after that as well. So we did have a list of people to Bundan. So did anyone want to have a collective Bundan before we close the session?
Yeah.
Yes.
For my husband, I have pinged his name.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is. No, Naveen.
Yeah.
Ragula. In the chat, if everyone can see. So let's write Naveen Ragula, Ragula, on our left hand. With our right hand, we're doing the writing, and then we're doing 7 bandhans, or sometimes you keep bandhaning until it feels cool. So your attention's here, of course. Anyone else? Any more names?
Thank you.
Yes, there's one. Yeah. Parameshwaran.
Okay.
PARAMESWARN. Kuti. Is it Kuti or Kutty? KUTTY. And let's do that. Attention, it says